The crowded terminal grew uncomfortably silent as two stern flight attendants escorted a teenage black boy off the plane. Passengers whispered, phones came out, and confusion spread like wildfire. They said he was causing discomfort in first class. He had quietly read a book, but when he made one call, just one, everything changed. Minutes later, alarms rang, boarding was halted, and the airline's top brass raced down the tarmac. The plane didn't take off, and it wouldn't. For a long time, 7-year-old Marcus Jordan, dressed in a hoodie and joggers, boarded his first solo international flight with a first-class ticket, courtesy of his father's reward for straight A's. It was a quiet afternoon at JFK Airport. Marcus had his earbuds in, reading Between the World and Me, unaware of the side eyes aimed at him. A white couple beside him shifted uncomfortably. The flight attendant, a stern middle-aged woman with a clipped tone, approached. "Excuse me, young man, this section is for first-class passengers only," she said. "I am in first class," Marcus replied, offering his boarding pass. Her eyes scanned it. Sit tight then." But she didn't walk away. Instead, she lingered, clearly unsettled. The whispers grew louder from a nearby passenger. And then, just 20 minutes before takeoff, 2 airline security staff showed up. Marcus was told to step off for questioning without a clear explanation. He asked why. They told him to comply. "Wait a second, and tell us where you're watching from in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this." In the terminal, Marcus tried to keep his cool, but the sting of humiliation and the disapproving glances of strangers cut deep. Fighting back tears, he sat on a bench and dialed one number, his father's. On the other hand, Douglas Jordan, chairman of the airline his son had just been removed from, was in a boardroom in Midtown Manhattan. He answered within seconds. "Dad, they kicked me off. Said I didn't belong." Silence. Douglas didn't raise his voice. He didn't swear. He stood, calmly excused himself from the board meeting, and made a call to the airline's CEO, the head of operations, and the director of HR. His voice was sharp, controlled, dangerous. Back at the airport, Marcus watched as staff scrambled like ants. Walkie-talkies buzzed. Supervisors jogged to the gate. The boarding door was shut. Passengers on board shifted nervously as the flight crew received word. The flight was grounded. Within minutes, a convoy of black SUVs pulled onto the tarmac, an unheard-of breach of standard airport protocol. Out stepped Douglas Jordan in a tailored gray suit. The same gate agent who had dismissed Marcus paled at the sight of him. Cameras caught everything. Douglas didn't ask to speak to anyone. He walked up to the gate agent, the security staff, and the flight attendants involved. He handed each a white envelope containing termination letters, immediate, and then he turned to the passengers, who had been watching from behind the terminal glass. "My son was removed today for one reason: his skin color. That is not the airline we claim to be. This flight is canceled. Not delayed. Canceled. Until every staff member on this flight is re-evaluated, not a single plane moves." Passengers were offered full refunds and vouchers. But more importantly, the story broke online in real time. Videos of Marcus sitting alone, Douglas arriving, and the staff being dismissed spread like wildfire. The airline issued an apology, but the damage had already been done. Douglas ensured those responsible were never employed in aviation again. But more than punishment, he used the moment to change policy. Mandatory racial bias training, transparent accountability measures, and a public statement. No passenger should ever feel unwanted in a seat they paid for, especially not because of who they are. Marcus, once quiet and shy, gained thousands of messages of support. But it was his father's words at the press conference that resonated the most. "I didn't ground a plane because I'm powerful. I grounded it because my son mattered." Every child does. If you enjoyed this story and thought it was provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful narratives. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Take care.